And now you're watching the news hour for this particular time here at SMB. My name is Rita Kabanyoro. Now, despite the pandemic, businesses around the city center have greatly improved and a number of people are greatly changing lives around the city. Smart 24 TV finds out how businesses are thriving amidst the pandemic around this time.
In a television footage showed barricades and burned tires on the streets of Kampala as protesters chant Bobi Wine's name and called for his release. Sources said multiple business people had been killed by the police and the military. From there, the business community from the city started developing fear. Others started rushing back to the villages. The business environment was negatively impacted. Uganda did not only suffer past election uncertainties, but also lockdown due to continuing effects of the COVID-19. However, business conditions have consistently improved, supporting our view that economic recovery is well underway. Smart 24 TV finds out how business is picking up in the business center. With the COVID-19 and election crisis, Uganda has expressed unprecedented economic shock. Despite the efforts made by the authorities to support the economy, the measures deployed have been teeny compared with the recovery plans applied. Benson Mumbere, Smart 24 TV.
Very well, now you can see that after election period around the country, a number of people and businesses are picking up, and not only the effect of election, but even amidst the pandemic, still after the partial reopening, you still see that people are actually picking up. And now let's move on to the sad story around the country where a son has killed a father over 5,000 shillings. Now, Kole police are holding a man accused of killing his father over the 5,000. The 23-year-old James Olugu, a resident of Bajiri Cell, Eastern Ward in Aboku Town Council, has killed a father. Take a look and take a listen at the story.
Kole police are holding a man accused of killing his father over 5,000 shillings. He was arrested shortly after striking his father, Alex Ogwang, with a wood on the forehead over a dispute of 5,000 shillings. The suspect is a 23-year-old James Olugu, a resident of Bagrisel, Eastern Ward in Aboki Town Council. Ogwang died instantly. An eyewitness says the deceased was punishing his teenage daughter for the alleged theft of the money. According to the eyewitness, the suspect intervened to save his daughter and instead picked up a timber which he used to strike his father on the forehead, killing him instantly. Jimmy Patrick Okema, the North Choga Regional Police spokesperson, says that they picked up the suspect to help in the investigations. Police have opened up a case of murder at Kole CPS on CRB 091-2021. According to police records, North Choga Police Region registered 92 murder cases between January and May 2021. Mob action is the biggest contributor to murder cases, followed by domestic violence, murder by shooting, poisoning, and use of blunt subjects. Benson Mumbere, Smart 24.
In a bid to improve trade around the country, President Museveni has directed the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives to regularly provide monthly or marketable data to enable the government to advise the people on available opportunities for the products that are ongoing. Now, the President was recently meeting officials from the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives and Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Tourism, as well as at the Uganda Expo Coordination Committee ahead of the Dubai Expo, which is scheduled for October this year.
Uganda will join over 180 countries and international organizations to participate in the Expo 2020 Dubai from 1st October 2022 to 31st March of 2022 in the United Arab Emirates. The Republic of Uganda is participating in this Expo at the invitation of the government of the United Arab Emirates. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has now directed the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives to regularly provide market data to enable the government to advise the people on the available opportunities for their products worldwide. The president talked about Simsim, whose total market size in the United Arab Emirates is US dollars 839 million, and yet our exports are there negligible. He also cited Dairy Milk, whose market size is US dollars 2.86 billion, but our exports are only 374 million, and bananas, whose market size is 664 million, but we have never attempted that market. Foreign Affairs State Minister Okello Oryem said that the Dubai Expo organizers will mark the Uganda National Day on October 3rd, which is aiming at promoting Uganda at the Expo. Pedson Mumbere, Smart 24 TV.
And now when we take a look at our foreign news hour right here, we see that South Africa's game supermarket to exist in East Africa, to exit in East Africa. Now South African retail giant Massmart at the operating where it operates at Game Stores has revealed its plan to sell its stores in Tanzania and there in Kenya, marketing or making it a very large string for retreats from the East Africa by the South African firm. Now the Johannesburg Stock Exchange listed retailer announced that it had put a 14 game stores listed East Africa as well as West Africa for this particular sale.
According to data from the monthly published Purchasing Managers Index by Stanbic Bank Kenya, conditions for businesses in Kenya's private sector improved for a fourth straight month in August as the recovery momentum remains unchanged. South African retail giant Massmart that operates the Game Stores has revealed its plan to sell its one store in Tanzania and 3 in Kenya, marking the latest of a string of retreats from East Africa by a Southern African firm. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange listed retailer announced on Friday it had put up 14 game stores in East Africa and West Africa for sale, citing a need to focus on its core strength as the group's losses narrowed during the half-year ended June 2021. Massmart CEO Michelle Slep said the chain had begun a formal sales process to divest in 5 game stores in Nigeria, 4 in Ghana, 3 in Kenya, 1 in Uganda and 1 in Tanzania. The exit plan ends a 5-year stint for the Santon-based retailer in Kenya and further extends the poor run by South African retailers and firms who have faced headwinds trying to crack the local market. Mr. Slap said the company was in advanced discussions with potential purchasers to take over its game stores in Kenya, adding that the country alongside other regional markets remain a difficult business environment.
Now, Kenyan businesses have maintained recovery momentum amidst the future pessimism. Now, conditions for businesses in Kenya's private sector improved for the 4th straight month in August as the monetary remains unchanged. This is according to the data that is from the published Purchasing Managers Index PMI by Stanbic Bank Kenya, which was published. Take a listen.
According to data from the monthly published Purchasing Managers Index by Stanbic Bank Kenya, conditions for businesses in Kenya's private sector improved for a 4th straight month in August as the recovery momentum remains unchanged. The airline PMI reading strengthened to 51.1 points from 50.6 points in July to mirror the improving business conditions. Firms involved in the PMI survey marked a faster expansion rate last month in contrast with July, dragging with its job creation which strengthened in that period. The improvements have been largely premised on an acceleration in new orders alongside modest growth in sales. Despite the rebound in business conditions, the majority of business are pessimistic on growth prospects across the next 12 months as they cite ongoing economic instability linked to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Future Output Index failed to gain further ground during the month and slipped to a near record low for the 7-year PMI series.
And now that brings us to the end of our news hour right here on SMB. I'm Rita Kabanyoro. Coming up on your screen is Jerome Paul Sonko with an analysis discussion around engineering.